41 megapixels, of course, is a number that is completely unheard in the whole industry. So the typical smartphones, as you know, have kind of 5 to 8 megapixel sensors. Some of the other vendors have like 10 megapixel sensors and so forth. The Nokia N8, which was our previous imaging flagship, had 12 megapixels. So putting 41 megapixels into the sensor is, of course, a major leap. But that's really what matters. That, it doesn't matter to put a couple of more megapixels on top of the existing technology. That doesn't make any difference. You need to really do this step change improvement in the image resolution, the sensor resolution size, to get the benefits what I'm going to talk about now. So 41 megapixels is really a big sensor. So, and as a reference point here, so I can show here. Here you can see different type of sensors. So bottom here you see a typical 5 megapixel sensor. In the middle is a typical 8 megapixel sensor. And up here you see the Nokia Pureview 41 megapixel image sensor. So the point I want to make here is it's not only about the number of the megapixels, it's also the physical size of the sensor that matters. Because the bigger the size of the sensor, the more light, the more detail you can capture with your device. So it's from the technical terms perspective, it's a 1 over 1.2 inch sensor size-wise, so from the optical size measures. So it's a very big sensor. It's roughly 4 to 5 times bigger than a kind of typical 8 megapixel sensor you have a typical phone. So it just tells you the fact that we are able to really get a lot of photons, light into the sensor. That really kind of is the one fundamental reason behind the great performance that we deliver. The other thing what we have in the device is the technology, Nokia innovation, a proprietary technology we call the pixel oversampling. And pixel oversampling means that we actually, in a default mode, when you use the camera in the default mode takes 5 megapixel super sharp photos. But only 5 megapixels. But what we do in the imaging technology side is that we actually take the whole information from the 41 megapixel sensor, and then we use all that information to create a perfectly clear 5 megapixel photo. So in practice what we do is that we take up to 7 pixels in the image sensor and all the information and condense that into one super pixel in the resulting photo. And that allows us to basically reduce a lot of the noise levels in the photos, and we get only the kind of reality-based information into the photos that result from this technology.